Woohoo! I'm ready to take the Bullfrog on a test run. I have been working on it really hard, and when we get to my destination, I'll give a tour. That outside, I have done something that made a tremendous difference, which is take this back to black lotion, and I went over all of the plastic panels, and I think it looks so much better if you compare it with when I first brought her home. I'm starting to put stickers on, and I've cheated. I took all the stickers from my cargo box, which I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to use with this, and am working my way around this panel that I can't see out of anyway. So it looks like a travel vehicle, even though it hasn't really been anywhere with me yet. Jolene's all ready to go, and I've got my bed in here, and Drive, and it's still in recovery mode from the flood that washed it 4 feet deep. Well, here's my first option. Should I camp here? Let's see. So that is Short Off Mountain right in front of us. And that pointy one off in the distance is Table Rock. And for those of you that don't know where I live, we are in the Limble Gorge. I've never really hiked down that trail, so it occurred to me that I could just stop here, which this is very early in the game, because I don't think I've been but 2 or 3 miles up this road, and it's 13, and I did imagine going to the peak. Here is another option. This gives me a view of Lake James, but it still isn't the one I was thinking of. And it has a campsite over there, and there's even some wood cut. I've driven on this road in a lot of vehicles, and this one is particularly bouncy. I think my whole setup left the floor a little bit back, and I wasn't even going crazy. Here, and I realized that I paid for a new dust cover, and I made some mistakes getting it in. This bottom piece fell out the other day because I couldn't get it curl under, and I went over a bump, and now the top piece is falling out. So, oh well, I guess I'll be fashioning one out of duct tape. And let's go look at the view. How about that? That will be nice. And maybe I'll get to see the moon coming up. This is Table Rock from a different viewpoint. So instead of looking like a sharp point, now it actually looks like a table. And Pottsville is over that way on the other side of those trees. So It looks to me like somebody thinks they may have claimed this spot, but they aren't here. So tough. Oh well, no reserving spots. It was a rough drive. Everything bounced around so much. And that actually hopped over. It's supposed to be over here. Let me see if I can give you a bit of a tour then. Things did bounce around quite a bit. That kind of put it to the ultimate test. This is my shelving that I built. And I got inspired by a YouTube guy to build it out of cardboard. So these are my cardboard cabinets, and I have put these covers on. This one has pins that go in slots there, and then another feeds through this slot here, the Velcro. And that holds everything in place while we're traveling. Under here I have miscellaneous things in this little crack, and this is like cooking stuff which I will need. That is my water that has a hole in the lid and feeds out so that I can pump water out there. Then this decoupaged map is a map of the Blue Ridge Parkway. The folded map has the top half of the Blue Ridge on one side, and then you flip it over, and on the other side it has the bottom half. And if you look down here, I have marked right there is where I live. And right now we are right about there. So I'm really pretty pleased with how this turned out. It's a little bumpy, but that's how it goes, and it didn't cost me anything to make except a bag of flour and some finishing material to put on top of it. So up here, and this worked fairly well. Let me get the Velcro strip off from over here. And I will put these under my bed, maybe. But up here is all the stuff that I had in my boxes when I had it in the car. It really did put it to the test. I was sure that all these bottles were just broken. So I'm going to get things out that I need. I'm going to need some foil out. Potatoes. And you can see back there in the back. Back there is a zip tie where it is tied onto the seat belt. And then up here, the zip tie is tied onto the handhold thing. And that's what holds the top half in place. Down below, I have it attached to a tie-down loop that the elements come with. You can see it back in there. Zip tied back there, and it's zip tied to another hook behind here. So, obviously, this is my bed. It is a 2-foot wide dunnage rack, and I'm using the same mattress that I used on my in my other car, the Tree Frog, and this is the Bullfrog. Then I had to add a section to make it long enough, And if I want to carry a passenger with longer legs, then this mattress folds in half right here. And I'll fold it in half and take this cardboard part off and stack it up in the back. But I figured it's really easier to just go ahead and do it out full for the most part all the time. And underneath here we've got my EcoFlow 1800, and it should charge at the same time that my refrigerator charges from a dual port that I put in the back. It worked when I first got it, but there's something askew that's keeping it from working right now, and I need to investigate that. Then this is where the back seats fit in, and I was kind of experimenting around. I'd taped some plastic to protect it so that I could actually pull this out. And I suppose this is just that great stuff with rubber on top of it. I wasn't really sure how much it would expand, and it's expanded a little more than I want. So I may peel that off and cut that level with the floor. Under here I have odds and ends, lights, fans, hammock, laundry soap for when I'm traveling. That was in my other gear. I've got a pump here in case I have something I need to pump up, which I will, and a water purifying thing, and some of these lights, which I probably ought to get these out because the mosquitoes are just as bad up here as they are at my house by the river. I was hoping to escape a little bit of that. And back here, this is my side roads awning that I got to put over my tent that went on the back of my car. And I don't know if I want to set this up or not. It's looking a little cloudy, but I am just going to be here for the night. I may wait till next week when I go to my meetup to set that up. My refrigerator is here, and it is kind of hard to slide, so the silly thing doesn't have any way to pull it. And I've got it back under there. This is an insulating box that I made. All of my cooking gear is in this bottom hole, and other odds and ends for cooking are up there. And this all rolls out so that I can access all of it more easily. And this, I'm really tickled with this. I had this exact one, and it just didn't seem to be working. Well, I mean, I didn't even have to charge it up. But when I went to charge it up, after getting this setup done, because I built a little knob right there so that I could stick it over the knob and feed a tube down. And lo and behold, the thing was broken. It just wouldn't work at all. But I ordered a different kind, thinking it might last longer, be better. But it was smaller, wouldn't fit over this, and it definitely wasn't strong enough to pump water all the way up that tube. So, yep, I've got water. That is just blowing my mind. And I'm keeping, this is like my medicine chest. And I thought I had a place I could stash it, but that turns out not to be the case. And then I've got my little Patriots sidekick thing, and that will charge phones and lights and all kinds of smaller ticket items. My EcoFlow is primarily going to be used for the refrigerator. And then let's see, what do we have? I haven't assigned anything for this slot yet, and I really don't have anything in the floorboard yet. Jolene is in the passenger seat right now, and back here on this side, this goes all the way through, but this is my toiletry bag, and my bags of clothes are in packing cubes along with towels. This is my potty that I just bought. I've been using Dunkin' Donuts, and I still have my Dunkin' Donuts can and intend to use it unless I'm in a situation where I really need more than a Dunkin' Donuts can, which that may happen on this trip. We don't know for sure. Well, I forgot my silverware kit. So, this is my fork. This is about done, I think. Oh boy, that's rich. Anybody like it rare? It was frozen. Woo! Smoke gets in your eyes. Want to taste? My favorite brew to go with my favorite view. Cheers. This is Hawksbill. That is Sitting Bear. There is a 50-foot tall monolithic rock that looks like a bear over there, but you can't see it from here. Those are the Brown Mountains over there on the other side. This is Table Rock. And down there at the end is Short Off. And I was somewhere, not on the other side of that little tree in the way, last night. That looks like a landslide. I don't remember seeing that before. The river's a lot wider than it was, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't look like it made a tremendous impact. Time to go home.